Okay, yeah, I got zoomed in a little bit. You should be able to see me just fine on the machine. I'm gonna move it over a little bit because I have to. But yeah, we're gonna start doing some cardio on that. I'm starting to get ready. I think my tablet should last 30 minutes. That's all I'm gonna do is 30 minutes right now. Gotta get my shoes on that because these pedals are a little difficult. Got that grip on them and that. Push it up a little more. There we go. Yeah. Really good bike. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie about it. The only problem is the seat's a little small. When the seat's small the way it is, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Sometimes it's just like, holy shit, my ass hangs off the damn thing so damn much. So, it's got good little grippers. Turn this up all the way, doesn't it? It's got a little basic workout thing. You like go through certain things and that. You go through regions and shit. Which don't really care about that. I do care about gotta get some socks on and shit. Too much crap in my basket. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing this. Because right now I can't do much of strength training. My body's. I don't know. I did a little bit of chest and that, but like I just don't feel 100% recovered with my muscles just yet. Because I've been strength training. I've been doing it rather hard for the last couple weeks, and I've been noticing my muscles. I've been getting stronger, but like I gotta let them repair before I start to like lose mass or lose my muscle mass again. Because for some reason that happens with me. Where's my shoe at? Shoe, where you at? I get my cap on, get the hair out of the fucking face. Shoe. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna try this out. I think you can hear me just fine, cause the mic, my room kind of echoes a little bit. And since I don't have my PlayStation on, which PlayStation 5 is pretty good at being quiet, it's not really loud. Like PlayStation 4 is loud as fuck. That was annoying. I'm gonna go ahead and go take a piss really quick, and I'll be right back. got shit going. Let's get on. Yeah, like I said, the seat's a little small. It's a little small for how big my ass is, but the whole point of it is to try to keep it on my feet. Yeah. I got kind of sit on the back part of it. Back part of my ass. 'Cause I got so much fat in my butt. That's the problem. That it's starting to like it's because my glutes are really small. That it's basically once I start losing weight and that I'll start seeing my body for what it really is instead of seeing it for what it's not. That's like one of the journeys we gotta make. Yeah, I never read like what's on there because they like. I think calorie burning is a lot faster, a little bit more. So say like after I'm done working that, I can tell by the by the thermodynamics of my body and that. Like after working that, if I'm sitting there and I'm at work, and like if I don't eat, I mean I can eat in that, but like my thermodynamics when I'm getting off work or walking home is rather high. I can notice that my fat feels softer. That's a telltale sign for the most part. And I get that a lot of people always like talk about like weight loss and that. Weight loss is many different things. It's either fix your diet so you can lose weight based upon what you're eating, which there's a lot of ways you can do that. Or, you know, do a little bit to your diet as you do to your workout. So like if you want to get strength training is really good for strength, to build muscle. And you want to build muscle, woman or man. No women think they're going to get gigantic arms and that. No. We both have both hormones, it's just one is used more. So estrogen is used more for recovery. So if you think it, women actually heal faster than men do. Because their estrogen levels are higher, so they can recover better. That's why they have kids. Testosterone's made for like harden yourself. You know, makes your muscles bigger. You know, makes your voice deeper. You grow more hair. You're more in like a survivalist type thing, I'm assuming. At least that's how I am assuming how it works. From a biological standpoint of like watching myself grow, say from like a 12-year-old to an 18-year-old to 25-year-old to a 30-year-old. The biggest change I noticed is literally just muscle mass, deepened voice. So the more testosterone you have, the more your voice gets deepened, the more or less likely you're gonna have to keep on exercising that, because a lot of people don't even want to do simple things like this. They just do a stream. Go online and say, I'm running on a stream. We're gonna go through and do this shit together. You know what I mean? Because I think what people see is normally what people do. And this is the beginning of it. Yeah, my knee keeps, my leg keeps popping a little bit. Alright, so I get a little sweating. I think it's 27 pounds of resistance, which is not a lot. That popping should go away eventually. Other than cardio is good for weight loss, cardio is still good for leg exercises because, walking, it doesn't use a lot of energy. It does. That's why you have to walk for a long ass fucking time. So, like, the amount of miles I can get in from just doing this, you know, is going to be a lot higher. So I'm already over a mile already. It's barely been 5 minutes. I'd be at work already in 5 minutes. Just casual pedaling, you know, going maybe like 6 or 7 miles an hour. And that's what it is. I'm gonna lean back, try to get a little bit, get my abs in there a little bit. I'm trying to break a good sweat. That's what I want. Good. Staying consistent. Staying between like 6 to 7 miles an hour. Going on a mile and a half already. Says I only burn off 38 or like 34 calories. I don't like looking at that because it's all about trying to maintain a focus. That's why I want to do talks. Because I kind of figure, make it a lot more easy for myself. I'm a big talker. If you haven't noticed. But, this is a good promotion. I mean, I'm not saying everyone's going to get a bike like this. This bike was like $850. I saved up money for like a whole year. Not to get this bike, evidently. I still have money in my bank and that. I'm already get paid again on Friday, which is going to be a really short, shitty fucking week. Because I lost about 3 hours. So I'm only going to get paid probably like three something, like 330 or 340, which is still not too bad for how much money I need to spend. My monthly bills are only like $250. I had to maintain food at home more because you got all this food at home we don't even eat. And normally I try to make big base meals to where I can eat throughout the whole entire day. Like I got a big old thing of noodles over there. Obviously, they're just sitting there. But, there's a lot of different things. And yes, I am going to get back on and probably play some games and that. I just want to get this in. And people think cardio is, say just for weight loss. No, steady cardio is good for your body altogether. Because you got to heat up your body to be able to relax it. And sometimes people tend to sit around a lot. Even if you're at work at night, you're not using much energy at work other than being at work. So most times people are at work. You're at work for, 6 to 10 hours. So unfortunately, you're going to be burning off energy in that, but your energy is going to be very low depending on what you're doing. You might have your rushes in that, but obviously you'll be able to eat or maintain a good flow of hydration in that. Already 2 miles. So I'm getting about a mile every 4 minutes. I'm still doing steady about 6 to 7. It's in between both of them. This is like a normal jog. Normal jog, say about 6 miles an hour. You don't need to do a whole lot. I mean, you don't need to scream, but it's good to look at something to keep your eyes focused on something. Obviously, they got a good handling thing here. I got my tablet right underneath it. I could be watching some anime and that and be completely ignoring everything around me. Put some earbuds in, ignore it. Stuff like that. Whoops. Let's try my heart rate monitor. They give you a little strap one. My legs are starting to feel the heat. That's why I got these pants on. My butt doesn't feel too bad. I'm kind of leaning in the back part of it. Because the last time I did this, man, it fucking hurt because I was leaning too much on the front. because they won't let me put my arms up front. You see how far away it is. You look at the other one. The other one's really close. This one is, it could be slightly closer to me, but the way they design this, they design it for you to be up front more. So you're more like this. So you're sitting more on the inside of your butt, which, you know, you're stabilizing with your arms and that, but, you know, eventually it's going to hurt your ass, especially if you don't have a lot of meat on your ass. This is going to burn off slightly more calories, obviously, because you're putting more pressure on your legs because all your weight shifted front. So just doing that, my speed has went up. Oh, a little bit. Steady at 7, almost 8. This says calorie burn per minute, as I was saying, so I put some speed on it. Well, the system here is, it says if you do 8 miles an hour, you burn off 8 calories a minute. So you do this for an hour, you burn off 800 calories. Or, 8 miles an hour, you burn off, you do 60 times 8. So, 60 times, okay, I think it's hard to do math right now. Was it 500 something calories per hour? So, I mean, of course, numbers don't matter now. They go by resistance. Like, my fat's starting to get a little soft right now. My heat's getting a little higher now. Legs are warming up. Feeling a little pump in my legs in it. I can turn the resistance just a little bit. Turn up to 30. Come on, more. There it is, 30. So now it's at 30. I went up by 2 pounds. Instead of being like 6 to 7 calories per minute, now it's like 7 to 8. It's going up like 2 pounds. Okay, now it's at 9. 8 to 9, okay. So, like, add-on resistance is normally good if you want to get shit done quick. Because the more you, like, I would say a good amount of resistance to where your muscle fibers are not breaking down super easily, to where you can probably get in, like, 15 or 20 minutes worth of good cardio. Even if you do 10 minutes of cardio with good resistance, your body's going to burn off tons of calories. Because the more resistance you have, the more your body wants to break down glycogen and use it. And the more your body starts to get more heated, so then your fat will start to melt. So I think, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm just, just going out what I know. What I know and I feel myself in that when I get heat up in that. When your fat gets soft, your fat starts to melt. It starts going to your bloodstream. And then once your fat gets to that point of like smelting, I guess, it goes in your bloodstream. And then it goes in as glycogen. So I guess it's not really fat. It's like glycogen in your it's over exerting glycogen. That's what's on you. It's not like fat from a meat, I'm guessing. At least that's how, you get glycogen, it turns into fat, and you turn the fat into glycogen again, supposedly. So just like, that's basically how it is. At least that's how I think about it. Because to me, that's the only way you can make sense of it. Why you lose weight. That you're using it as an energy source. It's like a lot of people say, don't do cardio. Most people that are shredded do cardio. They do some form of cardio. If it's strengthening cardio, where you just do like a good amount of resistance, you do like 30-second things, 30 seconds off. You're still doing cardio. You're just doing HIIT cardio, to where it's not constant. But it's like all about thermodynamics. So it doesn't matter what you do, as long as your body's heated up for a good amount of time, then you're going to lose weight. People say HIIT cardio is bad. HIIT cardio does work. It's not the easiest thing to do. Fuck no, it's not. HIIT cardio is a lot of strengthening too. So to be able to do a good amount of HIIT cardio, you got to have enough mass, muscle mass, to be able to explode with your body weight with glycogen. It's hard to do. Because a lot of people don't think about it, Simple cardio like this is made for people that are just starting to strengthen their body. They're starting to get their body to grow in the way it needs to. I mean, yeah, if I was, say, 25 or 30 pounds lighter, yeah, I see an enormous difference. 30 pounds off of me dropping down like 180, 175. I mean, well, 30 pounds now would be like 185. If that's the goal I have to make, it's the goal I have to make. How long will it take to get there? Well, it's a variation. Now, if I do, say, I'm at 17 minutes right now. If I get up to 20, if I do, I know my breathing's through the fucking roof. This 2 pounds difference is making a little bit of difference how much energy I'm putting out. Oh man. I'm gonna push a little bit harder though. Yeah, that's just a calorie count. Oh, this resistance is fucking killing me. What's up, Parker? This resistance is, it's getting to me a little bit. Muscles starting to break down my quads a little bit. Said I already did over 5 miles. If I did that of walking, it'd take me like 4 hours to do. Somewhere around there. 5 times 30, 2.5 hours. Holy fuck, this shit is killing me. I gotta lower down this resistance a little bit. There it is. Oh. Oh man. Whew. So what are you doing, Parker? You just chilling, bro? I'm almost done with this. I'm probably gonna get on and play some games. Just want to get my cardio in. I've been wanting to do this for a while now. Since I got my new bike and that. It's my second time using it. Almost at 20 minutes. Well, the way I see it, how they market it, Resident Evil 8, they marketed Resident Evil 8 really stupidly. They marketed it with Lady D being like the main person that you see. And they did that for a reason. Because Lady D was probably the most like courageous one that they made out of Resident Evil. You know, she's got huge tits. She's got a big old round ass. Her daughters are super fucking gorgeous. And since people like sex appeal like that, they're going to be more into it. And that's why they market it like that. Yes, Lady D should have been... I don't think she should have died the way she died. I think that what they should have done is probably pushed it in a little different of a way. Because what they did is they basically just made it to where she was just a taunt. She's like a tease. And she was a tease. That's what it was with Lady D. They teased her to be like, oh man, Lady D, who's that? So I remember watching it. And it got to the point where it's just like, holy shit. I want to play Resident Evil 8, get to see, big old vampire titties and that. Her daughters are super hot. And once you play in that, the castle was cool, but the castle was like, it could have been bigger than what it was. A lot of times you're walking around, there was basically nothing to do. I mean, they made it to look like that there's going to be survivors there, like other maids there that were trapped, and that Ethan rescues them, and they kind of like help you out to the castle and that. And then maybe a couple of them sacrifice themselves to try to like lead you towards your child and that. But nothing like that happened. It was very, it was kind of a pain in the ass, honestly. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish it was better. Because it should have been better. They made it to where it was just really like, okay, once you play in that, you're all like, okay, it's cool. You go through the beginning part, okay, because you don't know anything about the game yet, because you're just going through. You go through the snowy field and that. After you crash, you go inside the house, you see the guy that shoots you, gives you your handgun, and you face the wolves. And after that, you're like, okay, I'm in the village and that. And the village was like, okay, you see a lot of death around you and that. You're like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then once you see the castle, you're like, I want to go to the castle, because that's what you see in the trailers. You see the castle, and you're like, oh, the castle looks pretty cool. So, and then you start going down there, you start getting all the pieces, the little like pieces to the castle. And once you get inside the castle, you get surprised by Heideggen. And then you meet, then you start to notice, they're going like, okay, Heideggen, oh, that's pretty cool. Lady D maybe has a servant named Heideggen, he's really powerful in that. Or maybe they're married, or maybe they're like in a relationship or something like that. Whatever that it is. And then you see Mother Miranda, and you're like, oh, okay. Now I start to see what's going on. They show everybody, and they're like, okay. You're going to start thinking, like, okay, Lady D's not the only one. And you're like, oh, shit, that doesn't seem too fun. And you go through this gigantic fucking castle and that, and you're thinking that there's going to be everybody in the castle. And then you start to see, it's not like that. It's not like Resident Evil 1. Resident Evil 1, the manor, everything was in the manor, on the outside of the manor. It wasn't like that for the castle. Like, everything was, you think everything would be in the castle or be in the village. It says Resident Evil Village, but they kind of like put you in different parts of the village and that, because the village is gigantic. Because it's a kingdom, or queendom, whatever the fuck they want to call it. And it's like, and you do Lady D thing, oh, that's pretty cool and that, You might spend like an hour and a half doing Lady D castle and that. Getting chased around by the hot-ass daughters and that. Seeing their like tits in your fucking face when they bite you and shit. You're like, oh, that's cool, I enjoy that. Having all their sexy one-liners and that, like, oh, you taste good, or I can't wait to bite you. It's like, oh, okay. No, you even get some of the girls going crazy over that shit, because normally they tend to do that. It's just like, once you get into the doll part, oh, you ruined the game. That doll part was pointless. They could have made it a little bit more different. But like it was stupid. But then the baby part was probably the freakiest part. But the whole Doppler thing was like literally a pointless scenario. They could have had the doll be like a side piece or be like a good character. To where like she was mentally ill in that, but they said she could have been like, okay, I'm gonna help you in that because I'm done. I'm done with all this kind of like how Heidegger was. But they didn't really do like that. Well, she was the one that started all of it. Don't forget the like, guys. That helps out a lot. She was the one that started all of it. So basically what it is... is it getting close to prime time? Oh, it is 2 o'clock. She was the one that lost her kid during the Spanish flu. So it was like over 100 years ago. And I guess she found out how to live forever through the parasite that she had. The mold, basically. And she's the one that found Evelyn on Resident Evil 7. I don't know if I guess she tried to I guess she tried to make her daughter, but she ended up making Evelyn, and Evelyn ended up being like the creature that controlled mold and shit. So yeah, Mother Miranda made Evelyn, I believe. She was induced when she was a baby, I guess. She was trying to use Evelyn, but Evelyn got out of control. That's why you had to kill her. And that's why she started doing more research, and that's how she produced, Lady D and all that stuff and that. I guess it was before Evelyn. I'm not 100% sure. I know Evelyn was still a little kid. She was like, 14? So more or less likely Evelyn was just a twat, honestly. I didn't really care for that character that much. She was stupid as fuck, honestly. Yeah. Well, they made all of them. Like, Lady D was dying from a blood illness. That's why she has to drink blood. That's why she's, kind of a vampire. Technically. She has to drink human blood to keep her alive, because her blood illness, she still has it. But she's immortal. She doesn't die from age. And that's what gave her the tallness that she is. She was tall to begin with, but it made her grow. That's why she has gigantic boobs. Her ass is huge as fuck. Because the parasite that I put into her just made her grow even more. Because if you look at her picture and then you do the whole bell thing, when you open up the door, you see how she is. She didn't have gigantic boobs. She had average sized tits for how tall she was. She was a tall ass woman to begin with. But when she got the parasite on her, she grew even more. Same thing with the daughters and that. The daughters were maids. They were like her favorite maids. And they did experiments on the daughters now. That's why they got the flies. Basically, the flies replicate what they used to look like. Almost 30 minutes. And you kind of see when you read all the books now, you can kind of see how they did stuff in that. That's why I wanted a prequel. Man, I love the whole Rose thing. I think Rose is pretty cool in that. Because Ethan was a really good character in that. People say, oh, Ethan wasn't that good. Ethan was made really well. I mean, his what was it? His one-liners and that were stupid as fuck. His speech, didn't like his dialogue at all. His dialogue was rather fucking dumb. Whew. I'm feeling pretty good. Oh, the fat's getting really soft. Finally starting to lose a little bit of weight, looks like. Cool. Almost at 30 minutes. Going on 8 miles. Says I burn off barely 200 calories. Which I beg to differ, but I feel pretty fucking good right now. My breathing's finally going back down. Okay, well, I'm gonna call that right there. Ooh, that felt pretty damn good. Oh. Chair's a little high. Who is the old witch lady? Oh, that was good, man. I'm sweating my ass off. Beautifully, beautifully. Oh, man, I tell you what, my legs feel like I've been through a good amount of workout. It's hard to move. Oh, you're talking about, that was Mother Miranda. So Mother Miranda was imitating Mia, the old witch, and, well, she was herself. Yeah. Mother Miranda was in control of everything. She wanted Ethan, I guess, to be part of the family. That's why she took over Mia. So basically, Ethan was fucking Mother Miranda for quite a few years before they even noticed. At least that's how I think. Which, it makes perfect sense. So, Ethan was porking Mother Miranda and her hot, fat little ass for a while before he even knew Mia was even gone. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta zoom out really quick. Oh, I'm sweating my ass off. Okay. Here comes the zoom. That's brightness. There it is. Better. Okay. That was a little fast. Sorry about that. Oh, all sweaty. Feels good. I mean, Resident Evil, like, when you play Resident Evil 7 and you play Resident Evil 8, you start to want to, like, see the prequel of it. I always want to see prequels of stuff. I always want to see what happened before that. Like, Resident Evil 6 was fucking stupid. I do not care about Resident Evil 6. It's basically the same thing as all the rest of them. Someone had a cure for the virus and that. They had to protect him to get the blood transfusion for the vaccine for the Z virus, V virus, or the fuck kind of virus that it was. Holy shit. I sweating my ass off. Actually, I'm going to do some stretches really quick. Damn, man. Whoo. But yeah, if I continue to do that 30 minutes on my days off and that, I definitely don't want to do it on my days on until I get enough strength and energy to be able to do it and go to work. It's been such a long time since I've, like, done any activities like that. Strengthening activities a little bit different, but, like, actual, like, get my ass to sweat. Normally, I don't tend to like to do it as much, I guess. But that's definitely going to benefit me in the long run. Yeah. And that's how you lose weight. Lose weight by thermodynamics. The hotter your body gets, the more skinnier it gets. It's because, every time you move, you create your blood gets a little quicker. Your heart rate gets a little quicker. You just have to heat up a little bit. It's like creating friction. I mean, once you create some friction in your body and that from doing stuff in that, man. Well, Heinegger, I mean, you were already dead. Ethan was dead the whole entire time. He was just, What that? Might as well give me amino Emmy. But yeah, Ethan was already, he's been dead since 7. Yeah, they killed him off in 7. When you get your arm chopped, you get your hand chopped off. And then, after you, like, shoot Mia up and beat her up in that, Jack comes in there and, like, kicks your face in. And he turns you into mold. Yeah, so Ethan's been dead the whole entire time. I mean, honestly, you wouldn't think about it because you're, like, sitting there, like, you're playing the game and then you're like, okay, I'm not dead because I'm moving around and that, but, like, yeah. Because they give hints of it when you're playing through 8. Like, when you get captured by Lady D, Lady D says, oh, your blood's not so fresh. It's starting to rot. That was a telltale sign that your person was dying, if not already dead. You just, the mold was keeping him alive. That's why Mia kept saying that you're special. She never worried about the kids. She worried about Ethan. She's like, oh, you're special to me. You're special in that. Because Mia wasn't dead. Mia was just infused with the mold when she was alive. So Mia was still technically alive. She was just infected. So Ethan got the short hand of the stick. Ethan died. Then he became mold in a human body. And that's where Shadow of Rose comes in. I'll tell you what, they did a really good job with that DLC. I liked it a lot. Just the way you start seeing, that you go back to the castle, but you go back to the castle inside a memory. And the memory was altered by Mother Miranda. Because the Metamucil holds memories. Yeah. This shit's so stupid. Some of these games they got on this are fucking dumb. But yeah, that's basically how it happened. So I mean, when you start looking into the stories of that, of like all these games and that, Resident Evil's been around for a while. It's been one of the first horror games. And like, people really have to look at it like that. So when you look at the details, like when it came out in like 97 or whatever it was, the very first one did. Then you had Resident Evil 3. Then you had Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3. Then you got Resident Evil 4 coming out pretty soon, the next couple months. Of course, you're going to start seeing people play it in the next, like, probably in February. But, you know, it's going to be another year. But yeah, that's why we have to get our ass in the gear and get focused on things. Because all I have to say is, years go by pretty quick. That's why you have to keep focused, keep on pushing forward and that. So my next year goal is going to be obviously losing weight. I want to lose weight. So I want to promote living more healthier, cardio on that, do some more strength training on that. And I'm still going to stream some games and hopefully I can get monetized next year. Because I need to just, I still want to work in that, but I want to have a secondary support. And since I like being on YouTube and that, I'd rather do it on YouTube. Because it doesn't matter where I go, I can always be on air. I can always support people in that. I can always give, my love to people in that and try to do what I need to do. Because it sucks. This is the best job to be able to stay at home and that. So if I do move, I don't need to worry about money in that. If I can always regulate through. And that's a good thing. Because life kind of sucks, man. When you don't have much to do. I'm feeling really good right now, though. I don't know what to fucking play. I don't know what to even do, honestly. Oh, man. Well, I was playing Shat Serious Sam, but I'm at the last part of it right now, and it crashed on me. So I just want to take a little break from that. But yeah, the next goal, hopefully, I would say by the first couple of months, I'd say by March or April, I should hopefully be down a couple of pounds. And then I'm going to start focusing on probably try and find me a good woman. Find me a good little cutie in that so I can get my life going in that way too. We'll see. I never said I didn't want to be with anyone. I just gotta choose which one I want to be with, because people say, oh, why you gotta be so picky in that? Well, the question is, why aren't you picky enough? Pickiness is only a version of what you want. So, like, there's a girl next door, she's a good looking woman. She's got a great body on her. She seems like she's in really good shape. Her ass is thick. She got a lot of muscle on her butt and legs and that. So it's telling me that she exercises. She does some form of squats or cardio or something to keep her ass going. And that's a telltale sign of at least a somewhat healthy of a woman. And, it's kind of what we have to go with, not saying that someone that doesn't exercise is not healthy, but it's a good healthy thing to promote because it brings more people together. It's more of a positive thing. And since I am having my journey with it, I wouldn't want that person to have the journey with me or promote me to do better. Get my ass up in the morning, cook me a good breakfast and be like, we're going out for a run. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go out for a run. And then go out for a run and feel good. And then plow the shit out of her after that. Get double the cardio in, Have a good time with that. Then sit down and learn a little bit of stuff about what I know and then push that forward and that. It'd be amazing. That's kind of honestly the reason why I want to get into a relationship. Relationship with someone that doesn't have a lot of friends. Or at least doesn't socialize a ridiculous amount because, I don't have friends that I can see in person. I have friends online. I got you, Parker. I got Vincent. I got freaking Fun Gum, Voodoo, Matt, whoever else wants to talk with me in that. But I don't have someone that's next to me. And that's what comes hard. To, deal with it, because then you start looking at, okay, people do get in relationships because they're alone. I mean, loneliness, is controllable through the mind. Keep yourself busy. People say, oh, when you go to bed and that, you feel alone. I said, well, I mean, yes and no. I got a cuddle pillow. I got something I cuddle with. I got something that my mind can attach myself to. It makes me fall asleep easier. And cuddling with an actual person is actually more difficult because the heat ratio goes up unless it's cold as fuck in your room. If it's like below fucking like 66 degrees or 67 degrees or something like that, where it's chilly enough in your room to where you have to get close to someone, even still, you're still gonna get hot. Especially, if the girl has big boobs and that, because boobs are regulated of heat in a very heavy way. That's always been. Because I remember the first couple times when a girl would put their boobs on me and that, and they would like lay down with me and that, you get really hot really quick. You get sweaty and that because, it's just the heat's so heavy. And no difference than like wrapping my arms around someone. Your armpits, holding a lot of heat. So when you wrap your arms on someone, all that heat regulates from your armpits and your chest and that. That's why I like cuddling with an object that doesn't regulate heat. Only your own heat makes it easier to sleep. Of course, obviously, people will be like, oh, you need to get a relationship with that. I'm like, whatever fucking happens, it happens. I mean, plenty of girls are checking me out at Denny's that come in. I already have, like, at least like 3 or 4 of them that are attracted to me. And like, I'm starting to see it more and more. They like they have my schedule down. They know when I'm working. Cause I've been starting to see like the same like girls come in and like they'll dress up. One girl came. She dressed up in a little dress and that. She had huge boobs and that. She was showing off her cleavage like it was no other. And don't get me wrong. I like big old boobs and that too. But like, you have to approach me if you want to get close to me. You can't just sit there and just like, oh, well, I'm just gonna. Like, well, you can. But yeah, I think I might go through. I don't even fucking know, honestly. Like, they had the new God of War that came out. I just don't want to spend $50 on a game. Like, the most I'll spend is maybe 30, depending on what the game it is. I like God of War, but I'm not really massively into it. I played the first 3 of them. It was cool. I really liked it because, the whole Kratos thing was pretty cool. First time seeing, PlayStation 2 titties and shit. That was pretty awesome. I always like when they show actual nudity in that because that's how the body is. There shouldn't be no shame in showing off what you got. At least I don't think so. If men can walk around without shirts on, I think women should do too, honestly. They almost do it anyway once they wear a two-piece bikini. But they don't want you to see them in bra and panties. It makes no sense to me. You literally are wearing bra and fucking panties. Blows my mind. But they say it's a swimming suit. It's still bra and panties. You're still literally wearing bra and panties. Yeah, they have a different like make to them in that. They probably feel different in that, but like it's still fucking bra and panties. That kind of blows my mind a little bit. I think about that. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like when they say it's inappropriate to walk around with boxers and that because you're a guy. What's so inappropriate about that? They're miniature shorts. Oh, your junk's bulging out. If your junk's bulging out, it's bulging out. I mean, good for you. But now they got women boxers out there now. Because panties probably get fucking annoying wearing that shit. I mean, I wouldn't blame them because some girls, man, some girls got really big butts now. Their fucking panties go straight through their crack and that. They show off enormous amount of crack and stuff, and it's fine. Whatever you want to do, you know. Obviously, you know, a girl's butt is probably a little bit more of attraction than a man's butt is, depending on if you're gay or not. Because for a straight guy, you know, they're just like gunking down seeing a girl's butt. I don't blame them because, you know, I'm like that too. That's a good thing. Woo, man. It feels pretty good. I'm about to take a shower after this. I'm actually getting tired. That cardio kicked my ass, ain't gonna lie. The cardio kicked my ass pretty good. I gotta put my chicken up and then put my noodles up I got right here. I'll eat it when I get back. I can't remember what time I even woke up. When I woke up at almost been an hour here. Oh, what the fuck? I know I went to bed around like 2 or 3 in the morning, I believe. Yeah, because I woke up at about 9. Okay, so yeah. Well, I'm doing interval sleeping, or I try to do like 3 to 4 hours try to do it every 8 hours. Especially me working out on that, because I think that some people sleep too much. And when they get out of bed now, they always feel like shit. So I was watching a little ad thing. But yeah, just try and gain that promotion of being healthier now. So I think it'd be a good thing, you know. Especially if I'm doing on streams now, because, you know, if I do get quite a few people in that and chit chat and shit, it'd be really nice. I don't see a lot of people doing this as much. You always see, you know, weightlifting people, they show off that they're already ripped and toned and they got muscles everywhere. They got fucking muscles in their dicks and shit. Whatever the fuck is. They're already like in massively good shape because they're like, most likely they're influencers. You know, so I show my body transformation. They always do that to pull people in. I'm like, just see it in real life. See the changes when you go through, you know, you actually do the changes on the live stream. It's like, oh, I can tell that you had 30 minutes of cardio because it's on a live stream. I can tell that you lifted weights. It's on a live stream. But when people sit there and they like to do transformation, 90-day transformation, you don't know all that they're doing in that. A lot of times they're just photoshopping the fuck out of themselves, or they make themselves look better, make themselves look bigger. Yeah, you can take a little bit of creatine and drink a lot of water and eat a bunch of carbs and shit, and do some exercises and that, and you'll bulk up. Like, but that's not the point. The point is to show people that you can actually do it without sitting there and cheating it. Because they had one guy come out, he's like, yeah, just do a little bit of pumping, do a little bit of lighting and that, your muscles will look a lot better. You'll look like you're more shredded than what you are. I'm like, well, yeah, that's how it goes. Not like there's no problem with it. You do whatever the fuck you want to do or to make money in that, because people get a little. That's one of the things I always like to talk about YouTube and how like people do anything to make money off YouTube. YouTube's a very easy way to make money if you just follow what people want. YouTube is very difficult to make money when you do your own personal thing. You get kind of dive into certain things and you kind of change your channel as you go. That's kind of how I am, like I'm promoting more workout stuff and that because I enjoy working out. It's a progress thing, but I always will stand tall with my video game playing and my emotional let out and that to help promote a better life for everybody and for myself. It's a group activity. You're going to see people come in, from all over the world, and, they're going to have signs where they're like, okay, I don't want to be on a stream with fucking thousands of people. They're not going to pay attention to me. They never pay attention to you. I don't want to have hundreds of people on my stream. If I have 10 or 20 people on my stream, we're just talking that and chilling. I mean, if it gets up to that much, I would see that most people would watch without talking. That's fine. But, like, to be able to ask the questions, there's some people come here and don't even talk. They just come on here and that, and then, like there was one woman that she messaged me out of nowhere. I'm guessing that she's one of my subbers and that. Because, yeah, she messaged me out of nowhere and she's asking how I was doing that. I'm like, oh, and I want to promote that goodwill and that, but, like, I'm not looking for someone to be in a relationship with because, when people push that narrative, it's like, oh, you're really good looking that. I want you. It's like, no. I want everyone to want each other. I want us to be together. As in, like, we're in the mind sancts. We're in, the mind sanctuaries. We all kind of can think alike in that and promote good health. So that if someone does want to find someone, they'll find someone based upon what they actually want it for because they're in the best health or in the best mindset they need to be. I'm not gonna say this woman was not attractive looking. She looked good, She's very pretty. I mean, obviously, I don't know what her body looks like because most girls are a little shy about their body that well. It's because most women tend to, I would say most people, mostly women, they don't want to show their bodies off that much, especially when they know that they might be a little overweight and that. And it's like, but you're giving a false pretense of just showing like the neck, like literally right here and up. And you're like, well, you got a whole thing down below you I want to look at, but you don't want to show it because you're scared of it. I'm like, well, you can be scared of it, but you got to push it. You got to push yourself to not be afraid of it because once the fear leaves you, that's when you actually start to get better. No, they always say age is the difference of one thing. No. Age is only a difference of what people tell you. Age is complete garbage. There's 50-year-olds in the best shape of their fucking life. There's 40, 50-year-olds that get in the best shape of their life. The body never stops. We stop because the culture wants us to. They want us to just sit down and shut the fuck up and never learn anything new. And you got people that do promote good health and good stuff like that. And they tell you, hey, A lot of the reason why we are the way we are is because we forget to eat the way we need to eat. We forget to take our vitamins, and we forget to do our cardio every day. When you're a kid, what do? You run around all day. You're excited about everything. Why? Because you don't know a lot. You know what's right in front of you. As you get older now, you have to start like substituting what you need to know and need not to know. Say like, I don't get involved with the news anymore. I don't give a shit about Ukraine and that. I care about the people and that. You know, that sucks that they're going through their crap they're going through, but that has nothing to do with, you know, me in the United States. Our government, yeah, but not the actual people. Fucking don't give a shit. That's the administration's issue. God knows we already know Joe Biden's been pillaging, you know, countries forever, and that they're not even Joe Biden, but the corrupt politicians in that in office been doing that shit for fucking years, decades. Now it's all put on the chopping block. It's all you're starting to see how the country really is run, and they're getting scared of it. That's why they're doing all this cheating, and they're cheating a lot. This like people that wanted Fetterman from Pennsylvania to be senator, the dude's a fucking idiot. Like completely, he's mentally fucking ill. But they don't care. They want power. They don't give a fuck who's in it. The easier the puppeteer, or the easier the puppet, the easier the puppeteer. It's easy to puppet something that doesn't move, right? It doesn't think. That's what it is. Yes, get more of these ads. And that's what it normally comes down to. So that's why we have to sit there and think for ourselves. We can make life better for ourselves if we just stop fucking hating each other. Like, I don't want to hear anyone say, oh, who'd you vote for? I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. I don't care if you voted for yourself. I don't care if you voted for whoever, some imaginary person you got in your la-la head or whatever. It doesn't matter to me because to me, that's your own personal thing. But the other thing that we can agree on, emotional salvation is your biggest bet to having a better life. And what I mean by emotional salvation is that you're free from the culture around you. You think about you and how you live your life. And then you find other people that are doing the same thing, and then you develop a life together. That's the whole point of my YouTube channel. I'm a gamer. I like the game. I think it's fun. I think it's a very less harsh environment to be a gamer and to be able to sit there and be able to promote a good life, because most people don't. Most people, you know, say like if you look at games and how they're made, or you look at the story behind that, there's a lot of love. There's a lot of honor with the characters. I like that Shining Force Resonance Refawn or Reforge or whatever the fuck it's called. Refrain. I think it's Refrain. You know, when you look at games like that are made, you know, with friendship, love, and people are together in that, you know. And you start to see, is that how life could be? Yeah, that's how life could be. We lost sight of it because of the political thing. I don't care about Republicans. I don't care about Democrats. I care about the people that are actually good. That's it. The two sides don't matter. There's good people on both sides. If those good people on both sides made another party, made a universal party, like that's what they're trying to do, getting close to doing that, I guess. America first, 100%. I don't give a shit about any other country now. I don't give a shit about England. I don't give a fucking shit about, you know, Middle East and that. I care about our country. Let's focus on us. Let's build a border wall. Let's get our borders fucking closed off 100% unless they're actually coming in with receipts of actually becoming legitimate. You know, other than that, we need to fortify ourselves because it's getting to the point where we don't need to be divided, and the only ones that are divided are the ones that are part of the cricket machine to begin with. You're starting to see a lot of people come out. The Rock's coming out. What do The Rock say? You know, he's basically saying, like, I don't care about what the critics say. I don't care about what the leads say. I'm doing it for the fans. That's how it works. The majority of people make rich people. Without the majority of the people, you can't be rich. Same thing with YouTube. I can never make money unless I get more views or unless I get monetized. That's for the people to decide if they want me to be monetized or not. Is there about the algorithm? In some senses, yeah, that might help out a little bit, to bring people in. But it's all about people sharing. It's all about people promoting me. It's all about people, promoting people like me and that to bring in more people. To start this socialization of, bringing in good positive stuff. And a lot of people just like, oh. They don't only care because, I might be playing the game and that. You can play the game yourself. I mean, I don't mind doing it. But why don't we talk about it? Why don't we talk about things? Can't talk about personal things. People get boohoo. That's the biggest thing. The boohoo-ness needs to stop. We got to stop being afraid to talk about our stuff. Because that's what's really tearing apart our society, and that is that. The thing is, people don't see it like that. But it's like, well, that's the honest truth. That's exactly what's going on. And it's sad. I mean, like I said before, I've been through all my depression and suicide, all that stuff, and that, or attempting suicide. And, it was rough, but I still had a little bit of goodwill in me. I still kept pushing myself in that. No one liked to listen to me, And then they're trying to find out that I'm the smartest one in the family. I'm the one that's like literally trying to produce something out of my brothers and that. Not just sitting there and just get a normal fucking job and then blah, 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 blah. Whatever they want to do. Man, I'm happy for them what they're doing in that. But they're definitely not happy with what I'm doing. They're still judging me and shit. No, they always say, people always say on YouTube, oh, you gotta get 20 billion subscribers the first week of doing YouTube. I'm like, no, because it takes time. Like people around me don't even know I even have a channel. And that when I talk about it, yeah, I got a YouTube channel. They go, oh, what is it? And they want to come on. And, they want to ask me what I'm doing in that when I'm at work in that. I play games, talk about my life. Talk about things in my life, talk about promoting my life better now, talk about, how I can promote other people's lives better. I'm 100% sure I'm still seeing people from White Castles and that are coming on every now and again. I'm sure that one GM's daughter is probably coming on here and checking me out every now and again. She had a bit of a crush on me. She ain't gonna say it, but obviously she did. The way she was acting that. It's like hush hush, don't tell my husband kind of thing. But like, she's a very attractive looking woman in that. We're about the same age, I believe. I think she's like 30, 31 or something like that. Yeah, it's taking so long, man. And that's the problem is, like, I've been seeing it more and more and more. Like, I'm seeing girls, like, from my high school and that. If they see me now, they start to, like, either have confidence in that, and then start thinking, like, oh my god, Because, like, I saw one of the girls, I had a bit of a crush on her. She was a very, very, very attractive looking woman, honestly. She still is. She looks a lot older than I do. You know, she's a little bit of like stress on her face and that. You can definitely tell. And I think she has like 2 kids or whatever. But she came with the White Castles and that when I was working there. And I seen her in that. And like I called her name on that. I'm like, oh, don't you remember me? And then she's like, oh, you look really familiar. And I'm like, it's like, oh yeah, you know, it's like I was with a guy that had a huge crush on you in like high school and that because we're like a year younger. She was a year younger than I was. And I guess she noticed in that, but she didn't really do anything about it in that, or whatever that was. And, like, she sees me now, and, like, completely, like, different mindset. She's like, yeah, it's like I was a loose cannon when I was younger and that. I'm like, yeah, I think a lot of people were. Still don't take chances. Don't say, like, hey, you know, let's go hang out and that. Because they all have kids. Oh, combinations with the gate. Cool. Got dark gate. I got a percentage. I can get demon on my hero game. He's like massively powerful. He's just slow as fuck though. But yeah, you know, just like this other girl, you know, I talked about a little bit. Same thing. I saw up in White Castles and I haven't seen her in forever. This is dirt. What is this? Looks like, yeah, it's dirt. Dirt in my bed. Probably got it when I was dragging my fucking feet along it. And like, it was pretty cool. We talked and we were socializing that. And I would ask her for a number and I'm like, I mean, it's not because she didn't look good. She did look really good, but I was just like, I was worried about myself. So I'm like, I need to do things with my life first before I start getting someone else in my life. And she was a beautiful woman. I mean, she had the big round boobs and everything. She was very sexy. But I was just like, my life's not together 100%, and I don't want someone to come in my life when I feel like my life, I mean, it's better now than what it used to be. But, it still gets a little difficult. And I mean, right now, yes, it would be nice to have someone on my side, to have someone to, like, talk to in that and be close to in that. But I'm so used to just doing it with, like, this people around me and that it gets a little, I'm already comfortable. What the fuck is this? Yeah, I thought my dad's gonna come in today. He said he wanted to do some stuff, and they probably won't. That's what I have to do later on. Whew. But yeah, I think I might take a chance. I don't know, like the girl down the street and that. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna wait till she does something now because she saw me. I think it was last week on Wednesday now when I was walking up the QT and that she was out there and that, but she was just looking at me. She didn't really say anything towards me and that. Kind of weird, kind of awkward. You get a conversation with someone that when you see them again, they don't talk to you, don't even say hi to you, even though they think you're attractive looking, which is obviously, why not? If you're single in that, then you should be able to promote, a better, like, But obviously, you know, it depends how picky you are in that too, because I do admit some people are really fucking picky in that, so. You know, some people see I don't live in my own place and at my age, and I'm like, yeah, I agree. But I wouldn't be the person I am today. I might have been a lot different. No, I was talking to one of the girls that work in that. I was talking about what's happening outside. I don't like when women use men for attraction because they look good or because they have money. That I feel that, you know, you need to be with that man for who he is and all, and then you can, you know, look at it from different perspectives. So like with me and that, I'm balancing between mental and physical now, and my emotions are pretty balanced too. So like if I get in a relationship, that obviously I could be able to promote goodwill towards everything. But I'm not a partier. I don't like to party. I don't like to do that shit. And I don't like to go to clubs and I don't like any of that shit. I think people that do that are fucking morons. There's too much in life to do. Be sitting there wasted away, smoking weed and getting drunk like a fucking moron. There's too much shit to learn. There's too much life to go through. And that's what it is. And that's what people like to do. Like, well, there's more to life than sitting there and being a fucking dumbass. Literally, you're an idiot. And the best of good sense is that, like, learning is a huge thing. Excitement's always good. Sex is always good. And blah blah blah. Yeah. That's why I like one of the managers at my job in that. I know her mom and that because I've known her for a long ass time. And that, you know, we talked about it and that. I told her, and I like that you're open minded. I like that you are literally thinking of the things that I'm talking about, and it makes sense. My whole entire life has been, do I make sense to people in that? A lot of people say, oh, you never make sense in that. Well, that's because you're stupid. Some people think yes. Some people think no. I'm like, well, it's like, which one is it? It's like, you only do so much in life. Especially like right now in my life at my age, and I don't like when people tell me what to do. I definitely don't like it at all. Unless it's something that's promotive, that goes with what I like to do, then by all means I'll listen. A lot of times that shit drives me absolutely fucking crazy. It's like, what the fuck? And my dad's kind of like that. Not as much anymore. He's really giving in a little bit more than I used to. Back in the old days, he's like, "Oh, you gotta get a good job. You gotta get this good job." I just got a job, and I just started working. You need to look for another job. I'm like, how the hell do you even know what I? To you, you get new jobs because you're part of the union. You're part of the local. They give you jobs from other companies. That it's a little bit different than sitting there getting a brand new job. It's extremely hard.
From the quartering, let's cross the streams. Does your audience, they know you as the quartering, or do they usually refer to you by your first name, Jeremy?
Most of my audience is super loyal, so they call me Jeremy, but I always prefer the quartering.
Plug. Is it coffee brand, coffee company, coffee? Let people know because it's pretty good coffee.
Hey, I appreciate that. I didn't expect it, but yeah, coffeebrandcoffee.com, promo code midterms will save you some money. I'll check out the reviews.
Just to be clear, not a sponsor at all. Everyone here knows, but we have been using too much coffee here in the office machine, and I can tell you that it's
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the
Ready to own your own.
Yeah, I like Liberal Hive Mind. He's a pollster. He reads through the polls and that to see what's going on. He talks about all the stuff that's happening with political crap
Hey guys,
a little
welcome
bit.
to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, here we are once again. It feels very similar to 2020, rising to that extreme high when it comes to all of the hype, expectations mounting and mounting and mounting, people getting extremely excited, and then of course the crash or the down. Well, it feels a whole lot worse if you are expecting to take over the world, and then you end up not meeting those expectations. The sad reality of the situation here is that there was no red tsunami. A very weird, shocking, frankly confusing result in the 2022 midterm. And this is what I keep saying, that it's so incredibly hard to predict these elections because the polls are just wrong every single time. This time, apparently overestimating GOP support. Confusing, to say the least. I mean, I do find it a little bit coincidental and interesting that the moment election laws and election rules changed in 2020, then all of a sudden, historic election prediction trends are just out the window entirely, mean nothing anymore. The state of Florida is no longer a leading indicator as to where the rest of the country is going to go, apparently, because the Rust Belt has a mind of its own. And somehow, John Fetterman manages to get elected to the United States Senate. So there was no real red tsunami, no red wave. Now the question is, where do you go from here? There's a lot of people pushing doom and gloom like usual. The doomers have arrived. There's a lot of finger pointing, a lot of hyperbolic
Republicans wildly underperform expectations as they look to barely hold the House and the Senate remains up for grabs. Ron DeSantis leads the Florida Republicans to a red tsunami, and we examine what comes next for Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I'm Ben Shapiro. This is the Ben Shapiro.
Like I said, I love politics, but I'll tell you what, I love politics based upon the littlest variation. It's fun to be entertained by dumb motherfuckers. That's all I have to say. Oof. That's what it normally is. And that's the reason why we are having these issues in our country now, because of what's happening. It's pretty sad. I don't know why. Oh, that's the one I just. Okay, never mind. I know why it doesn't. Oof. Oof. But yeah, it's good. That's why I just don't care anymore about that stuff. Like, people could talk about, like, oh, you need to care about it. I don't care about what. Nothing's going to change. They keep on changing the rules. They keep on changing the stuff and that. And that's the problem. People keep changing shit. They keep changing the rules. Oh my god, we gotta change the rules and that. It's like, oh, of course you're gonna change the fucking damn rules. You have to change the rules. This shit is so fucking cringe. Not what's happening. It's just people that change the fucking rules and shit. So stupid. It is what it is, though. All we can do now is promote a better life, I guess. That's why I just don't care about stuff like that. I'd rather live in a world where my mind's not anywhere near the world itself. And that's always been the biggest issue. You see it so much. It's like trying to figure out how life is going to be. And 100 years from now. That's basically what people actually like to tell. It's like, oh, how's life going to be in 100 years? How's life going to be in 10 years? How's life going to be? It's like, who cares? That's what I say. Who cares? At least that's how I think about it, you know. It's like, I stopped caring. And then once you stop caring about certain things and that, your mind starts to becomes more numb to it. Oh. I was bored. I'm looking shit up on YouTube. Oh man, I got fart so bad. Fuck. Damn. Oh. Damn. I'm just bored. I think I'm about ready to crash in a little bit. Man. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm just starting to get tired and shit. Oh man, that cardio kicked my fucking ass. I never knew how tired I'd get after doing it. I'm fucking exhausted. Oh, that means that was good. It means it worked. Well, I'm gonna get off for a little bit. I'll probably get back on a little bit later. Where my body says I'm tired now. It's time to go take a little nap. And I'll be back. I'll be back on probably around about, what was it? 3:30. I said I'll be back around about 6 or 7. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably just take like a little rest and then I'll get back on. Anyway, you guys have a good one, then I'll see you guys.